to use your makeup until you see the pan. Let me show you. So the pan in my makeup, at the bottom of my makeup, is right here. So you want to see the pan, obviously, you can see it, and then I also want to use it all the way up before I replace it, use something else. Now, why do Project Pan? Well, 3 reasons. I am the sugar freedom woman, and healthy food can be expensive, so I don't want to waste anything. So I want to save money on makeup and toothpaste, deodorant, all of those things, and then I can spend it on more delicious, healthy food. Another reason why is that when we use up what we have before we replace it, that reduces clutter, and clutter increases cortisol. Keeping that tidy environment, keeping things uncluttered, helps us to ease anxiety, and it reduces cortisol, which helps us manage our appetites, which is another reason why I gave up sugar. Because I replaced the things that I craved, eating the things that I craved, with doing the things that I love. And I do. I enjoy wearing makeup, and I'm 61, so a little makeup over 50. And everything that you see on my face today, all the makeup that I'm wearing, is part of what I'm using during Project Pan. So these are all items that I am working to use up before I replace them. And the other great thing about that is that if I use it all up before I replace it, I really know whether I like it or not. And so when you're in Project Pan, if you're going out and you're buying something again, you know you really love it and you know it really works for you, and you can definitely recommend it. So when you do Project Pan, if you decide to do it yourself, normally what I've seen with other creators who are doing it, so they usually open their presentations with what they have used up for the week. So I've got a couple of things that I have used up. I'm going to go ahead, well, this isn't completely used up, but it's getting close. So in terms of my base, what I'll wear at night is the Weleda Skin Food, and I've bought this many times. And the great thing about this is it used to come in a metal tube, which was kind of preferable for recycling, but now it's in plastic, but you can send it back to the company and they tell you that, yes, they're going to recycle it for you. So number 1, almost done with my Weleda Skin Food. One thing that is completely gone is my Chanel eyebrow pencil. So this is the Chanel eyebrow, or it was, I should say, because you can literally see that it's literally empty. This was the Chanel eyebrow pencil in blonde, and this is probably the 3rd one I've had. My sister used to work at Nordstrom's until fairly recently, and I used to get them from her, and she actually uses the same one. So I am, originally I'm kind of like a dirty blonde color, so a little bit more brown, and then this is my natural hair, which is kind of a platinum gray, and this blonde works really well. So number 1 for Project Pan, I guess that's the pan, is I've used this eyebrow pencil all the way up. Next thing for this week that I've used all the way up is my favorite, the Arm & Hammer Sensitive toothpaste. Now here's the thing, this is why it fits in with Project Pan, is that I wasn't able to find another one of these, so I bought a different Arm & Hammer toothpaste, which is the enamel safety toothpaste. I prefer this. If I wasn't doing Project Pan, I would probably, even though I had this, I would go buy another one of these. But no, in Project Pan, what we try to do, if we possibly can, is to use up the things that we've already bought. So I'm going to use this instead, and I actually really like it. This is my favorite. It's a little bit milder, but I still like this one, so I'm going to use it up. So those are the things that I've used up for today. And then on my Project Pan, I'm going to go through the other things that I used to make up my face that I'm using up. And you get to see the pan on these. So number 1 is my Bare Minerals Bare Pro. And this is number Aspen 04. Now you'll see that it's almost all gone. So what do you do when it's almost all gone in Project Pan and you want to keep using it? Well, there's a couple things you can do. This is a dual use product. It can be in a concealer if you use it wet. It can be a thicker foundation if you use it wet. And then obviously it's a foundation. So in order to keep using this, what I'm using is, this is also from Bare Minerals, and this is their coverage, their maximum coverage concealer. And so I wet this, and then as you can see, I can still go into the corners right here. And if it's a little bit wet, so I usually use a concealer on my nose, so I'm just going to go ahead and dot that on here. And then I'll use it, I have a little freckle right here that I use it, and then a lot of times I'll do under my eyes, and then I'll use it as kind of a primer for my eyes as well. So that's how we can keep using that foundation all the way up. And then the next step is foundation part, and I'm going to use, this is my same thing, the brush, and this is years old. This is more than 10 years old. And then I can swirl it around here. And interestingly enough, even though there's only that much left in the pan, if I'm swirling this brush, it's still enough to get full coverage on my makeup. So I can use this until it is all the way gone. I have in the wings, I also have a MAC foundation that has a little bit more in it, and I'm going to be using that up next. So you might be seeing that down the road in a video. So the next thing is going to be my blush, and this Tarte blush has been really, really popular lately. This one is a little bit, I've had this for a while, so you probably have seen it in the other container, in the other formulation. A couple of people have said it's a little bit expensive, but the wonderful thing about this is that it really, really lasts a long time. And if you look at the top, you can see where it's really starting to get worn away in the middle, down to the pan. And then at the bottom, you push it from the bottom in order to get it come up. So you can see I'm really using it up. I don't think that there's any way I'm going to be using this up before December. So what this is just using things up before the Christmas season. And why that? Because I'll bring this up now. So here is my mascara. Oh, okay, it's the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. Oh my goodness. So I got this, it was a Christmas gift, and I got it in a 2-pack. So I've used up one of them, and now I'm using this one between now and Christmas, because once you open them, usually 6 months is about right for mascara. So using up this mascara and only using this mascara until I get to Christmas on Project Pan. The next item is going to be the brow pencil. So since I used up my Chanel Blonde, this is a drugstore eyebrow pencil from Milani, and this is their Brow Fix. I hope they still make this. Look, you can see where I'm definitely getting down into the pans here. See how it's really worn away? And I stopped coloring my hair completely less than a year ago. So for a while I was using more of this color because I was adding some color to my hair. Now I'm not coloring it at all. So I'm mostly sticking with this very kind of blonde, very light color, which is what you're seeing on my eyebrows. So Milani drugstore, you can still get the Milani brand in the drugstore. I'm not sure that they still have this formulation, but also using this up in Project Pan. So what comes next? Eyeshadow. I have another pan to show you. Look at all the pan there is in there. So this is, I want to tell you exactly what this is. If you're kind of a semi-blonde, blonde mixed with brown, you have medium fair skin, this is an amazing eyeshadow for you. My dog wants out, but he can just wait for now. So what is this color? I hope I can still read it. This is their eyeshadow in A87. Oh my goodness. And unfortunately, I can't read what else it says here. I think it says it's Kid. The color might just be Kid. And it's this wonderful kind of soft kind of taupe brown. And once again, one of the things about makeup over 50 and over 60 is I don't want to be adding more lines to my face. So I might concentrate more color in the crease. But generally what I'm going to do is use a color that I really like. Unless I'm going out for the evening or doing something special, then I'll use more than one color. And this brush, it's a drugstore brush. See how it's slanted? And so this particular color, down to the pan, this color is actually going to cover my entire eyelid. And I like to work backwards now that I'm older. So instead of going out and pulling outwards, I'm working inwards. So I'm moving against gravity. Once again, just like that. So I'm literally pushing the color inwards instead of pulling it outwards. There we go. Just one single color. So you're not seeing lines of demarcation. One of the things I've noticed is that with age, with me, this area is getting a little bit more puffy and this is getting more prominent. So where I used to like highlight my brow bone, I don't do that at all anymore. I'm actually going to use the same color on my brow bone, and especially here, because that's the area that gets a little bit puffy. So that's what I'm watching out for. So again, for Project Pan, this MAC and eyeshadow A87 kid, a wonderful taupe, a matte taupe color. Next, let's look at lips. And of course, if you're from, so I was born in '64, so I came up like in the 80s and the 90s. I was in that era when everybody had a MAC Spice lip liner. And yes, I still have a MAC Spice lip liner, and here it is, using it up. And just having good pencil sharpeners in different sizes in your bag. That's how you can make sure that you can use up your lip pencils and your eye pencils all the way. So there's my lip liner. And then on top of that, hello, it's MAC again. We're hearing a lot of MAC. And I don't know if it's because it's a premium brand that I use my MAC until it's all gone, and I use my Bare Minerals until it's all gone. But I'm going to do the same thing with the makeup that I get in the drugstore. So this color I love. So it's got enough brightness to kind of, pick up my skin tones. It's bright without being extreme, although I do wear bright lipsticks. I use the pad of my finger to apply them so that they're not too intense and they don't feather. So the color of this one is, and this is kind of it's got a little bit, it's like a cream, a little bit old-fashioned. I know that, some of the mattes are a little bit more popular now. Oh my gosh, see, this is the things that happen as you grow older. I'm gonna need to bring a magnifying glass next time to tell you what the color is. But that's how much I've got on that, so I've used it up a lot, but I'm going to keep using it. I don't know if I'm going to use it up by December. Maybe, maybe not. But once again, MAC scores and wins for Project Pan. One more. Now, there was one more thing I wanted to show you. So I've got eyeshadow, I've got foundation, blush, mascara, eyeshadow. Yes, all of the things. Oh, wait. Eyeliner. This is one of my favorites. This actually came out of a kit. And this is, thank you, Carlos. This is from Lancome. And it's just this wonderful, soft, traditional brown. It's not too hard. It's not too soft. It doesn't smear, but it isn't so hard that it pulls on my eyelid. So once again, for Project Pan, coming out of a kit, I'm going to use it until it is used up before I change it and use something else. Because let me show you how doing Project Pan is going to save me money. Look at all of these other brown eyeliners I have. Ta-da! 1, 2, 3. I've got 4 right here. I know I have more than this, but there's no reason why I should be buying more eyeliners, all of these, even though I do like this one because it's a fatter eyeliner, when I have this one. So 3 reasons to do Project Pan. Number 1, save money that I can then, spend on really good sugar-free food. Whole foods, things from the farmer's market, all of the good things. No, of course, sugar freedom. No sugar, no processed grains, no processed seed oils. Good food. And then also to reduce clutter, because that lowers cortisol, just makes life better, less anxiety. And so that keeps my appetite under control, keeping these things serene by getting rid of clutter. And then number 3, less to throw away. So when I'm done with these, this plastic, all of these containers, they aren't going in the landfills, they're not going in the trash, using everything up. I have another tip for keeping trash out of the landfill. The number 1 thing is soap. Buy bar soap instead of buying the pump soap, then you don't have the containers to throw away. Of course, you could get a nice glass container and just keep using that. So that is my Project Pan for today. So these are the things that I've used up. I've used up the toothpaste and I've used up the eyebrow pencil. And I'll be checking in probably maybe every 2 weeks to tell you what I've used up and what I'm using during Project Pan. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Oh, and as I always say, remember, eat for yourself and be well. I'll see you next time. Take care.